All right. So, I'm expecting a chrono barrel in the mail, and I need a stock attachment piece right here to connect it to my blaster. So I'm gonna take the connector from here and I'm gonna put it at the front, hopefully without messing up the dart gate. This is my minimized side strike that I've been working on, and it's got some plastic on the interior so it fits on the holster nicely. It's also got a big shock spring on it, so and it's got 100% seal. Alright, so this is what the internals look like. As you can see, I could no longer use the original spring for the trigger on the rough cut, so I had to use some rubber bands on a screw right here. And then there's also this rod going all the way through behind the walls here on the magazine well, and it's connected from one trigger to the other, so it's kind of a triple stage trigger because it actions on this trigger, on this catch, and on these two catches. To join the two shells together, I first gave them a little bit of super glue, because if it's only a drop or two you can still like snap it and re-glue and align it. Then I went in with some hot glue, and then I went with the epoxy later, as you can see right here. I also removed this trigger, this magazine release. Never used it, didn't see a reason to keep it. And one other thing that I've done is this magazine release. It's a lever style like this, right? Very simple. I used the piece of the trigger that connects to the locks and I cut it out, put a screw in it, and yeah, it works pretty well. I also made this bolt action thing. Still reverse plunger, but that will soon change. I stretched the spring. I don't know if it's actually good to do that, you know, like the spring will never be the same, but I don't really care. Yeah, so it's bolt action only now. I kept the double priming trigger to prevent double priming, even though that's not a big deal, but I cannot deprime it now. So yeah, that's a bummer. But the piece that I'm in here for is this one right here. So I want to keep enough of it so the dart gate will still work, but I want to get this piece right here and attach it to the front. It will be like this, just this part, so I can attach my chrono barrel to it. And yeah, I don't exactly know how I'm going to cut it, but yeah, we'll figure it out as we go along. We've cut this right here. It was originally like this, right? We cut straight through it. This piece is fully functional still. There's no problems. The dart gate still works just fine. This piece goes right here. But the muzzle attachment is now cut off, and I'm gonna put it right here. So the way I want to do this is I'm gonna use this pre-existing lip right here, right? And I'm gonna cut a groove right here. This is the the actual like piece that usually goes on the end of the barrel of the Recon or Retaliator, right? And I'm not too worried about this because it's going to receive a prophecy breach, short dart breach, the black one, and it's also going to have a expanded prophecy plunger tube, and it's only going to be shooting half-length darts. And yeah, I'm not too worried about this right now because this is the performance parts that are going to be messed with later. I'm doing the cosmetic and the shell integration part of things. So I'll cut these two barriers right here, and then this is going to fit right here. This hole is going to be enlarged even further because it has been already, so the inner tube can fit in it like this, right? So I had to expand the original hole slightly, and now I'm going to expand it even more so this whole thing can fit right there. And then hopefully it will look good, it will look decent, and I won't have to paint or epoxy any of the outside of it. So yeah, let's get to cutting. Okay, so I was going to cut this piece right here, right? But the teeth on it were a little bit too big that I didn't feel very confident making a precise cut. So I just made a bunch of smaller holes, and now I'm gonna cut them with this, and then I'll sand it. So